Okay, this effect that I'm going to show you is again part of that effect actions. It's called Orton Glow. This is an effect that was developed back in the film days by Matthew Orton in the 80s, I think it was. And it was primarily used for landscapes. It's very useful for just about anything, again, other than astrophotography. It creates a little glow to the image, but still retains some of the sharp edges. Um, so if you just play on this action, again, it will generate a stamp visible layer for you, and then add a bunch of different smart effects to it, or smart filters that are then completely editable. More directions if you want to look at how to manipulate this thing, or you can just look back on the video. And here, there's an initial curves that you can double click, and you can edit the curves to create more contrast, or anything you want to do. So let's just pump the whites up in this a little bit, and let's pump up the blacks just a touch, increase the contrast, hit OK, see what happens, and it rebuilds everything. So again, it looks pretty nice. You can see there's a little glow there, especially around the highlights. And again, this is more of a holistic effect. It's not something you really need to mask out, so there is no mask there. If you want to add a mask, you can simply just add a filter mask. Gaussian blur changes the amount of blur. Again, double click and you can set it from 40 to whatever, 69.7. There, hit OK. It'll recalc for you. High pass again brings out how much of the sharp edges do I want to bring back. So you can see 7.2 just comes in. Let's drop it down a little bit, and you can just play with these to get what looks good for you. And that one works. And there's a brightness contrast layer that gets generated, and that brightness contrast filter that gets generated. And this again is just a holistic effect that I can open this up, or I can crush this down, and I can turn up the contrast, which creates a little more of a glow look. But then I might want to raise the brightness. So just play around and see what looks good for you. And this looks really nice on landscapes, like I said, anything where there's high textures like trees, or say close-ups of like tree trunks where you can really see the texture of the bark and things like that, or stones. Works well on portraits, obviously. Might have crushed it down a little too much, in which case I could go into my brightness contrast, open it up a little bit more. But you can see I got a nice little glow. It's similar to that soft filter effect, but a little bit of a difference because it creates a little bright glow to it as well. So hope you enjoy, and let me know what you think, please.